Oh, wow, that looks bad. Oh.
No, man, it's like an oil fire or something?
Oh, man, I got the perfect solution right here to take care of that. Yeah. Woo! This one's fix it, right?
Yeah, it needs a powerful shockwave.
All right, cool.
See? Yeah, no problem.
I can't believe that worked.
Yeah, nothing.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 34 of Digimon Ghost Game, Wall Crawlers. We're sorry we won't mention this particular superhero. He deserves to.
He deserves better than this series, yes.
If you have not seen our videos before, we go very in-depth into these episodes. So if you're worried about spoilers, you may want to leave and come back at a later time. So, let us dive right into episode 34, Wall Crawlers. As always,
We started the same opening narration that we have since episode 2.
Yep. So nothing's happened. Moving on. We beat this dead horse quite often. And, hey, the formula's back.
Oh, without a doubt. This is extremely formulaic.
Because we see a girl lying in her bed, seemingly sleeping just fine. And this gecko salamander type Digimon crawls through the wall, just facing through, because, well, that's what they can do in this season, because it's not fully materialized. Drips something down from its tongue, and I'm like, oh wow, this is Twisted Love again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Very much the beginning here.
Okay. And pretty much immediately she starts to shift and groan, and she starts to change. Her eyes become large, bulbous.
Tongue becomes long and forked.
And forked, and the fingers grow out to have the little pads. I don't know.
Suction cup?
Yeah, quite.
What? I'm sure there's an official scientific term for that.
Yep, thank you, future Rordrik.
Sucker.
And so, yeah. And she's changed. And the salamander leaves.
Yep.
Could it possibly be a Digimon?
Previous
At least thankfully
cases,
this episode they don't question that, actually.
They don't wonder yet.
They know at this point.
As the formula goes, now we get to one of our heroes.
And Hero is back home?
Was he at his family's residence, I'd say, probably not his dorm.
He's not at the dorm. So it's like, oh, okay, they remember this exists. Why exactly he decides now to go here is not really clear. It sounds like he got permission, so it was planned. And
sounds like what he's doing Ganmon is to clean the place. So maybe it's just mom's been gone for however long doing her charity thing that which place just needs a cleaning because no one's been there.
Which it seems like it's been 4 or 5 months. I mean, it's been a full season of we've gone through winter in the past, so a lot of time has passed for nothing happening. And so Gamon's not very helpful as we have our little cleaning montage.
He's not particularly harmful in this case either. But
No.
He's not particularly helpful. No.
No. And finally, they seem done, so he settles in for the night, and he hears a commotion in the house. And Gamamon's right next to him, so it's not him.
Yep.
So he goes off to investigate.
Carrying a broom.
Not
waking Gamamon and bringing him with him.
Nope, does not seem that way. Because, I mean, I will admit, I did enjoy seeing Hero hit Weedmon with a mop and the others. I'm like, oh yeah, he's gonna get in there and get him.
I'm using a weapon. Mr. Can't hurt anybody using the broom as a big offensive weapon. Sounds about right for you.
Yeah, it's about right. And so he goes in there, and we see the lizard person we saw before, the gecko, whatever exactly you want to call them.
They call them human geckos a lot, so I guess we'll go with that.
We'll go with geckos, yeah. And she seems to be rummaging through something, and when Hero comes in, he gasps and is just shocked, and she goes out the window.
Well, we see her stealing at one point, and we see that she's got something in her mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and leaves, and there's a big hole in the window, not like cracked.
It's not even a big hole, really. But...
No, okay.
Oh, the size of a hand.
Yeah,
turns out.
And it's melted through. It's not broken. It's melted. And as Hero's looking around, he realizes that it was a diamond ring that was taken. And so we move ahead to the next day, and on the way in, he seems to be on the phone talking to, it seems, his mother. So she can easily be contacted, apparently.
Yeah.
And I think we at least hear indistinguishable words of her. So she does exist. I think she's real. But yeah, apparently it's her wedding ring, basically. And he doesn't tell her it was stolen. He's like, oh no, I just found it while cleaning. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. And as he was looking at that gecko person, he flips through a graduation yearbook.
Yeah, because apparently he recognizes this gecko person from just the hairstyle, apparently.
I guess, because from the picture, it looks like this is like graduating primary school.
Yeah, it's been a while, not even a real recent picture, comparatively.
This looks like, 5 years maybe. I mean, it's so hard to tell, but it seems like a reasonable amount of time. How did you realize that's who it was? I mean, we got to keep the storyline moving, I guess.
Yeah,
but,
that's
wow.
why. Apparently, this girl's name is Nanami. She'll be our latest list of girls that we don't care about and we'll never hear of again.
Yeah. I bet.
But at least she has a name, unlike some of them.
Yep. And so Hiro literally goes to her residence to talk to her parents, and it sounds like the parents are like, Hiro, like they recognize the name maybe, but it's probably been a while. It's like, oh yeah.
They say, no, she's not home, and then Hiro goes, look, I saw her last night.
Yeah.
And they give up and let him in.
And he goes in, and it's not like in the daytime she looks different or anything.
No.
She's still in bed and freaking out. I mean, she doesn't run off when he comes in, but she's clearly squirming about. And
yeah, it doesn't like people bothering her during the day, it seems.
And at least, the parents seem to be able to see this. This isn't one of these weird,
Yeah. Like Peter Mon, or what are you talking about? We have no kid named that. Or...
Yeah. And she refuses to let us take her to the hospital. Even if we did take her, what could they do?
And the dad looks like he's been beat up. Like he's tried his best to try to get her some help, and she just is just too strong at this point for him to do much.
And they say like the neighbor's kid is also like this.
Yeah, they mentioned someone else is like this. We'll never see who this one is, and it's not important.
No.
So I don't know why they mentioned this.
Yeah. So now that Hiro has been stolen from and seen that, we call the group together.
Yes.
So this is where Ruli and Kyo show up, and Kyo is supposed to have grown.
Yeah, that's the
right.
That Mon episode.
Becoming...
I think she still exists. She wasn't just a hallucination Mon, right?
Yeah.
You saw her, right?
She's in the intro still.
Okay, it's not just me.
Yeah, she hasn't shown up since. And yeah,
more mentioned.
Yeah, and so immediately Kyo's like, "Human geckos! Oh my gosh! There's something I forgot.
Something to do tonight." Yeah.
And Jellymon's got to pull him back. And it's to that extent. I mean, I get it. It's Kyo. You always freak out a little bit.
Yeah.
This is fine, but running away, literally, and having to be dragged back.
This is not. I will overcome everything.
Yeah.
This is the person I am. I will be.
So they decide.
Am I surprised? No, but it's still disappointing.
So they decide to stake out her house. Stake.
Because they say she always leaves at night.
So, and indeed, when night falls, we see her crawling out the window up over the roofs. And so they decide to give chase.
And it leads them to basically a radio antenna. And there's a whole bunch of them that are gathering there.
Yeah, at least a dozen or so. There's quite a few of them. And they just are sitting there waiting. And their pockets, probably their phones.
Yeah, it looks like phones.
Light up. And they start just spreading out. Going their own ways.
So our heroes decide they'll split up in 3 groups, try to follow certain ones or groups somewhere.
And
that makes sense.
There's a lot of times splitting up doesn't make sense. This one, no.
I'll give you this one.
I'll give you this one, yeah. And so we really only follow Hiro, who's going after what looks like a pair of them that now we see, the hole in the glass is about the size of a hand because, well, they can heat up their hand to melt through glass.
Yeah, it was some kind of acid or heat or something.
I mean, it glows like heat, but it could be... I mean, I don't know the temperature that needs to be, but oh my god, that's a potent weapon. That's a...
You can do damage to that, yeah.
Holy, yeah. And so they And so they're breaking into the place, and as they're coming out, like, Gamamon's all like, yeah, I'll stop them. And goes running up the catwalk. No, not catwalk.
Fire escape.
Fire escape, yep. That's the better term, yes. Running up the fire escape and fails miserably.
Yeah, winds up in the garbage.
Yep.
And after that, they stood up over the top of the building, and they just can't possibly be followed anymore.
Nope, couldn't possibly go to Kaos and follow them or anything,
Nope, it's impossible. They're gone.
Well, I mean, Gamamon did manage to knock the one down because it was in the dumpster with him.
Before,
and then
it dropped its ring it was carrying, so again,
they realized...
it's a diamond.
Yeah, it's another diamond ring it's going after. So that definitely seems to be something of interest. So then we go back to some rooftop.
Yep.
Wherever exactly it is. No idea. And there's a whole bunch of these human geckos, as they call them. And they're spitting out rings into a large pile. I mean, there is...
Nice size pile, yeah.
I mean, for fine jewelry, I mean, it's a big city, so I guess you can find that much, but wow.
Lots of people in that city, yeah.
Yeah. So they gather up a pile, like, you know, a tribute to a dragon, you know, kind of thing almost. Because then the salamander Digimon comes down, doesn't say a word, and starts to... Long tongue comes out and starts eating them. And that's about all we get there, really.
Yep, Big Digimon doesn't say anything.
Doesn't speak, so yeah.
So we cut back to Hiro's residence, his family house.
Yep.
And all six of them are there, and nobody knows where everything went because apparently they all suck at following.
Yeah. Yep, they couldn't follow. It's been a long day, and so they mostly decide that it's probably going to have to wait till morning. I mean, we'll stay up and try and figure things out. But Ruli's tired, and so instead of going home, Hiro's got a whole house to himself, so he just says, hey, you can use a room upstairs. Okay, thanks.
And Ruli says she can do this because her parents are out for the weekend. So Ruli does have parents.
Yep, they're not.
We've never seen them or mentioned, or even things are even been mentioned.
Yep, but no.
So she's not an orphan. She doesn't live alone or anything.
Yep.
She has family and apparently around fairly often. Wouldn't know that, but apparently that's the case.
Okay. And as we look outside, we see Nanami outside of the house with the salamander Digimon. And they're scoping them out. And so, when Ruli goes to bed, and Goramon conveniently says, nah, I need to stay up and help a little longer. The lizard phases into the room, goes over Ruli, drops a drop in, and as we said, every time when they've tried to do this to the main characters, we know it's going to be fixed.
Everybody that's been turned into one of these geckos will be fine now.
I mean, every single episode, everything's pretty much been fixed anyway, so it doesn't...
Most of the time it is. A few times it hasn't.
And yeah,
because it's Nanami. You can do anything you want to Nanami. She's not important.
Yeah.
We know how this series works. You've done something to Ruli. Ruli will be fine by the end of the episode. Not even in the plot arc, because there aren't any, by the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm. Because, that's the commercial break. Is
destroying any tension we possibly have. Even a little bit for the other people.
Which they just did in the doll episode, too. They did the exact same thing. So, okay. Yeah.
Woo.
So, Angoramon is the first one to find out.
In the morning.
And tells them, this is bad.
Something's wrong with Ruli. You should go look.
Yep. So, she's all geckoed now. We gotta find some way to change her back. How? We don't know. You just beat up the Digimon. That's how it's working every single time. I mean... Okay, actually, Ajitaramon, Mamimon needed to make the remedy. But 9 times out of 10, just beat up the Digimon. It fixes everything. Violence solves everything.
Are you saying Twisted Love's actually a better episode because of reasons like that?
Yes. Yes, it is. And, so, Kyo has an idea knowing about where they might strike next, because he knows about a laser research facility. I don't remember.
Yeah, using diamonds for some...
Using diamonds for it. Why do you know about that? Oh, because I helped...
Build the controls.
Build the controls, yeah.
Which, again, does go tie back to the power plant one, so...
Okay, sure, yeah.
We have one callback to something else, I think, this episode, so... Woo!
Yep. But at least... I complained about Kyo not growing, but at least as soon as something happens to one of his own, he switches on. And he won't...
But he's always done that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's nice. I mean, that is at least consistent, but you want to see that it not take as long, not take as much to trigger. Because we're more than halfway through the season. I hope.
Please let this be more halfway through the season.
Yes. And so they decide, all right, well, they'll
Wait
probably
tonight,
strike at night.
That's probably where they'll be. Because there's a lot of diamonds there, and they seem to be hunting diamonds.
Yep. So actually, they go scout them out at the radio tower, because that's where they all meet up. And sure enough, they get a call, and they see them all going in the same direction. So they're like, all right, let's go. And Angoramon is carrying Kyo, Hiro, and Angoramon at the same time while flying full speed.
Yep.
That's an impressive rookie.
Impressive rookie's flying speed, yeah.
I can't think of any other rookie that could do that. Plenty of champions, sure.
Yeah.
Not a rookie. I mean, there's probably one out there, but... yeah, wow. And as they're arriving there, they start to see the shipment coming in, and Kyo's like, don't worry, I gave them an anonymous tip that they should swap them out, that they're in danger.
Yeah. Okay, that was nice, but Yoshiro, you made the control system here. You could say we're running a test or something, and we're going to see if someone can steal them, so don't sell them real diamonds or anything. Yeah. Anonymous call? Whatever. There's a reason why they're not diamonds. I've heard far worse from shows.
Yep, and gee, it turns out there they all are, melting in, and very quickly go after the scientists. We don't see what happens to the scientists that...
The scientists, you probably dropped the box and run. They're smarter than the fight against geckos, are you kidding?
Probably, but I don't know. Knowing this season, humans aren't always safe.
And by the way, the sheer number of human geckos that came to this place is it's astonishing.
I mean, it's not quite faces off where there's, hundreds, but there's like, 2-3 dozen. There's a lot.
Yeah, this is not known. Our parents are freaking out because these are all kids.
Yeah.
There's not a single adult here. Why are they all kids? We don't know. It's never explained. We don't know why this Digimon picks its targets, how it found out it could do it, how it found out it likes diamonds.
Yeah. But, so they succeed in taking what is there and take them back to the queen, whatever, the big gecko, because we still haven't been told his name yet. And, well, actually we have been told his name in the previous episode, because this is the same Digimon that showed up in episode 13, but... well, okay, it's the same species.
Because I try not to say Digimon.
It's the same species. And so, yeah, so they finally start to pile them up, and now, suddenly, the lizard starts to talk. Like, oh, yes, this is the good stuff, and, oh, you've done well, yada yada. And takes a bite, and, oh, this makes my fire, even
burn brighter, yeah.
Brighter. And we see the main cast is there now on the roof.
They barely were able to change them, follow them this time.
Yep.
Why they couldn't do it last time, now they can?
Don't ask questions. Because plot. Because the episode has to happen, yeah. And so they realize that, wow, these are diamonds. And Kyo's all like, I told them to put in glass beads! How could this be? Why would anyone not listen to me? And because he's ranting, the Salamandamon just goes, what? Because right about here is where we finally learn that that's who it is. And I mean, that's who I figured from last episode. It seemed
logical.
Yeah. And, oh, the people from last night, so like recognizes them and like, oh, I should have dealt with you.
So you recognize their failures from last night.
Yeah. I should have taken care of you before, and we start spewing fireballs. So we start, and Angoramon, because Ruli's incapacity, just like, stop it. The other two Digiball.
Stop, bad.
Yeah, so we get Battle Gamamon and Tesla Jellymon.
Battle Gamamon? You fire one? Really?
Yeah. That's what...
I mean, I guess he's thinking fight fire with fire logs out here.
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't take much damage. I don't think he can do much, but...
On the right side, I wouldn't take too much damage.
Yeah. Well, then again, I think it's mostly Gamamon that decides at this point.
Who knows? Even in the episode where you're supposed to figure that out and reveal it to us, and he really didn't.
Yeah. And so they start to fight, throw their attacks at it, and it's like, oh, you want to fight? I've got an idea. And it slinks into the smoke, going up onto the side, and says, well, here, how do you deal with my younglings, my underlings? And sits the children on them. which
I was wondering when this was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't done this since, Petermon. It was real twisted to see Petermon do that. This Digimon, because we don't know much about, it's not such a... It's just, okay, yeah, it makes sense. And so they're like, oh, these are just a bunch of humans, even though they're changed. Okay, click. Now they're gone. Wait.
Yeah, except they're not.
Except they're not. So...
I guess they really are turned into Digimon now.
Because, I mean, they do have the attack of melting through, and I can't think of... Like, Twisted Love's the most transformed I can think of, and they didn't come...
Divisions of Field was ever used in that episode.
Around them. But I don't think the transformed dolls went through.
Transformed dolls... Well, Manjimon just went through no problem.
Yeah.
More as you wanted.
So
I don't think we've broken any lore here.
No.
And regardless, Ruli should have come in because we saw that she still is wearing her Digivice.
Yeah, Ruli would. Yes.
Regardless if the others did or not.
Yeah. And so they slowly crouch in on them. They don't, slowly. They don't, jump at them, glowing hands, to try to attack them. And Jellymon's, hey, Battle Gamamon, blow up in that water tank. And so he hits it, they flood the rooftop, and she's like, jump on, 1, 2, 3. And they all jump, and apparently they don't understand English anymore, or Japanese, because none of the geckos do it. And she zaps the floor and knocks them all out.
Which is okay. I guess after like Digimon now, they're probably, I'm guessing, child rookie level, so yeah, they're spread out all the champion attack probably won't do too much permanent damage.
I mean, she said she took it easy on them. No, it's Jellymon, did you really?
Yeah. But again, it's kind of clever, not bad. Yeah. I mean, other than they stood there for 45 seconds doing nothing.
Yeah.
And two, well, this was kind of an interesting idea. I wanted to have this go somewhere more than...
Yeah, immediately.
First idea wins, works. Okay, it was the second idea. The first idea was the Digifield.
Yeah. So, alright.
It's alright, but could have been better.
And I love Salamandermon's next line. How dare you hurt my underlings? You're the one that sicked them on them and put them in danger. They would not have attacked them otherwise. Especially this group? No way.
No, Tesla Jellymon lied.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Others, no.
No way. And so, it's up on there, and Battle Gamamon's like, how dare you use such underhand attacks. Sounds a little like Kanto Weissmon there. I mean, they are the same Digimon, kind of. It's weird. It's weird with Gamamon.
This is him.
So yeah, he goes jumping up and basically just grapples him, just holds on and starts ramping up the fire, making it bigger and brighter, and like, my fire won't lose to someone like you.
To a coward like you.
To a coward like you. And it's starting to pull in all of the air from the... There's a wind coming in and making it larger, and oh no, this is really bad. This is gonna,
Basically, the name of the attack is Backdraft. Now, how do you get a Backdraft and replace this open? It's Digimon. Why the heck not?
Yeah, and so everything...
You can apply the physics, you can ignore physics.
Everything's just building and building, and they're like, oh my god, this is gonna be so bad. This is gonna blow everything up. Everyone innocent here. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen? And it...
Well, the Volgamon nods at Hero, who nods back, and then they announce, and then they do a short shot, another fire attack.
Now they add more fire to the fire.
And there's this huge explosion. I mean, here's a screenshot. This is a big boom!
This is bigger than the bit bomb that nearly killed Keel last episode.
Yeah. So everybody's dead, series is done, hey, let's go home.
Woohoo! Thanks for watching, everyone.
Hope you enjoyed Ghost Game.
No.
Nope, it clears off, everyone's fine, and the flames on the salamander are gone.
What?
What just happened here? Well, then Hero explains that sometimes for oil fires, they use explosions to put them out. Oh, okay, yes, they do. And I'm even going to somehow give you the fact that Sword Shot made this explosion. It's still a huge explosion that created a massive shockwave that would kill everybody there!
You're all right there, yeah. The Digimon might be okay, but all of you...
Even if any of the human gecko Digimon were trying to find, Kyo and Hero would not be okay.
Yeah.
Goromon probably wouldn't be been deleted.
Yeah, and Goromon should have had to grab them and leave the area. Yeah.
At the very least.
Yeah. I mean, again, you're trying to be clever. You're not just having the ultimate come out and beat
Yeah, it's
him.
not just Canon Ice Monk,
So-
smack it around in one hit.
I don't want to just say it's terrible. But, what?
Your solution of this was to not die in a firebomb was to have a regular bomb
Yeah.
that everyone was caught in.
Okay. Interesting.
What part of bomb explosion did you not quite understand here in your own writing?
I don't know. But anyway, it's defeated. It pretty much immediately goes to, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't...
Please forgive me.
And
Because you ask Hero nicely, he of course forgives him.
Of course it does.
Okay, but you have to change everybody back. Okay, I will.
Yep. Oh, but what will I do? I still need to feed. Don't worry, I'll find you some pencils.
Some graphite pencils, yeah. Because it's a high carbon-based thing, too, and since it just likes carbon to feed its flames.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure, I've heard worse logic.
And they do even mention the wooden pencils in this thing. Oh, that's the art studios.
You can feed a lot of mechanical pencils you want. Get those things out of here.
Yep. And so Ruli's back to normal, and it is a cute little scene of her, of Angoromon hugging her too tight. I like your hugs, but
why is Angoromon so protective? I know partner, this is fine, but he's really, really protective.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What in his backstory, his history, makes him this way? We even had an episode about his backstory.
More than anyone else's. Any other
still
Digimon.
don't really know this part of him.
Yeah.
It's just weird. I don't expect an explanation at this point, but...
No. And that's really it.
Yeah, there's
There's
much else
just
to
a
say.
quick poem, because always is.
That's what he does, yeah.
And as per usual, none of the kids know what happened. Ruli's like, do you know that Digimon? Looking at Salamandamon, they have no memory. That is
But
at least
the parents
consistent.
would.
Yeah.
But again, a Weedmon invasion, so I'm expecting, anything to happen.
Yep. And we get another Heroes Study file, which is, again, not fitting of the theme of...
No, another joke, so it's just, again, should not fit this.
But then again, this one was nowhere near as creepy as last episode.
No.
But yeah, this is where we get our blurb about Salamandamon now. And comparing it to a stain on the ceiling. Okay. And then we get another episode where I'm not really sure much of
what's going to happen.
what's coming in episode 34 or 35. Werewolf. I mean, werewolves could be cool.
Hey, maybe Black Gurumon shows up.
Or Black Werewolf.
Black Gurumon even better, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would make the most... That would make a lot of sense.
So, no, probably not.
There's quite a few wolves. It could be
Yeah.
Duskmon for all I know. I guess he's more a little more lion. But anyway.
Lobomon.
Lobomon, yeah.
Strabimon.
Yeah, there's all kinds it could be. And it's talking about a place that's willing to sacrifice others so long as they're safe. And we see humans are under attack.
Yeah, I mentioned humans being attacked by Digimon.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, every episode.
Yeah. In a place like that, I'd be more scared of the place than the monster. Pretty generic.
Yeah, I've never
Kind of
nothing
stuff.
going for him, so no idea.
So, all in all, I will not remember this episode.
Yeah, it's not good, not particularly good, not particularly bad. It's just 7 months, be like, oh yeah, that was an episode.
Yeah, we'll be looking through our when we do our end of season recap. Oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah, that was an episode, sure was.
There'll be a lot of these. But thank you all for watching. If you made it this far, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more Digimon content from us. And as always, everyone, remember to be awesome. And until the next one, take care. Bye bye.